Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Cowboy. And yeah, it is quite a week. It's Friday. Friday is already here. The week is over, and we have had Bitcoin nearly touch 100,000. I mean, it was right there yesterday. And this is a day that many, including myself, have been dreaming about going back to like 2017. Bitcoin touching 100,000. It actually went to 99,438 ish on KuCoin. That's as high as it went. And that's right there. That's basically $500 off the all time high, which is freaking amazing. This is something that we've really talked about for a long time. And it's also a level that we have to be a little bit concerned about. $100,000 is, it's what you call a psychological level where people see that and they might want to sell because it's like, hey, it's at 100,000, it's going to turn around or whatever, so people take profit there. And because people take profit there, other people take profit, and you get a bit of a like a chain reaction. It does happen. Now Bitcoin is known for punishing the shorts, right? So what does that mean? That means that Bitcoin is known for using liquidity created by people who go short. So let's take a quick look at the liquidity here over on the Kingfisher.io so we can see whether or not some liquidity above price exists and how we might actually trade that. It's a great application. There's a paid version of it, which I have used many times and I recommend. Right now, I'm just going to use the free version so you all can see it and how it works. So I'm going to just sign in really quick. Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh, do I have credits on the? Yeah, I do. Okay, good. So I've got credits. You can spin this wheel right here. If you spin the wheel, you might get some credits. Not going to do that right now because that takes time. And I already have credits, but you can pay a very inexpensive subscription and just have access to use it at will. Now, right now, most liquidity is below price, but it's way down to like 87,000, 89,000. The closest spike in liquidity is at 92,300. So let's put a line right there at 92.3. That way we know it's there. So we'll move this. Basically, this line I have here is a structural line, that blue line. So we're going to put a yellow line at 92.3, knowing that that's where the closest liquidity is. And there it is. So there used to be liquidity right here. I think there might still be, but the biggest spike is right there at 92.3, and then it's a bunch of levels below. So until I see those levels actually get taken out, I'm not going to worry about them. Like if price starts to head down and we start to see just a retracement, it'll be to gather liquidity, right? Bitcoin did this massive move. Let's back out. We'll take a look at the big move on the high time frame. Okay, so you're looking at a pump that goes from the 4th of November all the way until now, and this is a pump that goes from 66,000 to 100,000. So literally, that's like a 50% gain in the last month. Just insane. And I mean, even now, Bitcoin, as it's been around for what, 15 years or something like that. This is 2024. Yeah, it's been around like 13, 14 years. And even so, you still get these 50% pumps. And let's see exactly how long it took to do that. Okay. So that is 17 days. Bitcoin up 50% in 17 days. Just think about that, right? The volatility is still there with Bitcoin. You're still going to get these moments, especially at this time in the bull market. So I think we should do some measurements on the current chart, and then we'll take a look at the past and see how Bitcoin behaved around this time. Because right now, at this time in the 4-year cycle, Bitcoin is a little bit predictable. Now, nothing is always predictable. Bitcoin is a little bit predictable. So let me do a couple measurements here. First, we're going to use the Fibonacci tool. I'm going to impose it on this line right here because that's a market impulse. Price pretty much went straight up without a lot of pullbacks, going back down to about 88.6. So 88,600, right? Price took off, almost touched 100,000. So what is that? 12 into 80. I mean, that's going to be like 15% or something. So that's a big move. 15% ish in from the 17th to the 23rd. That's like 6 days, less than a week. Less than a week. Bitcoin moved 12% in less than a week. Like, you got to understand the volatility is still there with this asset. It isn't what it used to be, and it's probably going to decrease, but there's nothing pumping like this out in the real world, not very often. And I say out in the real world, I'm talking about traditional finance. So that said, a 382 pullback would be down to about 95,000. Now, a lot of people were looking at that, and this is what I told everybody at Algo Factory, and it literally came true before their very eyes. As it first kind of peaked up and touched, what was it, 98.8? I did say there was probably going to be a pullback, and a lot of people were going to look to get in at about 95,000. And the reason that might be is because on the way up, price, the last place price kind of made any structure was right about 95,000. So I put a blue line there. I told everybody, literally, I told everybody what's probably going to happen. I may have said this live on this channel. What's probably going to happen? And you look back, let me put this, when is this? So Thursday. So look back to like yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday morning. I told everybody, probably live on here, definitely in Algo Factory, said price is going to head down, and it's like people are going to look to get in at 95, and people are not going to get those entries, and it's going to head up. And it's literally what it did. The arrow that I drew yesterday, and I think I did it live, literally came true. Like, you have to understand, I know what I'm doing. And price bounced right there. And as a matter of fact, you can see my personal algo called that move right here with that green tab. I built that algo. I had it coded. So, I mean, it's just the algo's hitting it like fire right now. So that's what happened. Now, what's going to happen next? That's the big question. That's a little tougher to look, a little tougher to predict, because what we have now is a little bit of market kind of exhaustion, but that really might not last. We got to see what happens with price. We got to see what happens. We're going into a weekend. Weekends tend to be where the price will move in a given direction really hard. Now, the high time frame is hyper bullish, but it might be time to see price go ahead, come back down, and possibly look for some liquidity down low. We're going to see. And as things develop, I'll be looking at it probably. I mean, I work all Saturday, so I'm going to be talking to Algo Factory people all Saturday about what I think is going on. And of course, Sunday, I do an update, and I record that and I put that up. So make sure you're watching the channel for that. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm calling these things out. I'm calling these things out before your very eyes. And over on Algo Factory, I'm actually trading them. As you might know, I've taken some really solid trades. Now, I called this out right here on Sunday, and it did pretty much what I said it would do. It just went a lot quicker than what I said. So anybody watching this, anybody looking at my Sunday report saw this happen right here and was able to grab it if they wanted to. If they're able to trade that, they saw that, they had the opportunity, right? And there it is. I mean, right up to this blue line, right where my arrow said it would go, it went just a little bit higher. That's right there. Predicted before your very eyes. Here's another one. Let's look at the euro. This I predicted on Sunday, and I drew it out. I drew it out on Sunday. You can go watch the Sunday video. It's never, it's just right there for you to see. Anybody who's following my videos that I record and put out, I predicted this right here. I drew this. I predicted it, and it's what happened right here. Look at this. Bounced off of here, more or less. This was a really good bounce right here, and I thought it was either going to bounce, which it kind of did, or it was going to go down, which it really did. And then it kept going. So this is an extremely accurate prediction. I called this price action a week out. I did this before your very eyes. The reason I know how to do this is because I understand markets, I understand market structure, and I have my own algorithms that give me clues as to when things are going to happen. And if you're at Algo Factory, then if you want to see a chart for an hour every single day, people are asking me, like, as soon as this is over, as soon as I leave this live chat, we go into the private Telegram for another 50 minutes. So basically the rest of the hour, Algo Factory members are asking me, hey, what do you think is going to happen with this? What do you think is going to happen with that? Well, first of all, you can tell that I know what I'm doing. Secondly, you can see these little red tabs here. It's a little bit messy on the screen, But if you see, and now that I've shown this, I'm going to just delete it because the public has now seen it. Let's remove drawings. Okay, but you can see that these tabs are calling it out. And basically, TradingView does not allow me to publish this algo for public use. It just won't allow it. And that's because of technical reasons. But over at Algo Factory, I'll put a chart up for anybody that wants to see it. And if you're looking here, you can see that this is calling out the trades, and it does it with crypto. This is with Forex. It does it with the indices. We'll take a quick look at this Forex. Long, that's a winning trade. This is a winning trade. That's a winning trade. This is a winning trade, right? This is a winning trade right here. Right there too. These are all winning trades. Now, it does call some trades that don't win. It's not perfect. There is no system that is. But I built this algo myself, and it took me years to build it. Basically, it took me years to design it. I paid a guy to code it. And long story short, this is extremely accurate. And I let people see this. I let people, if people want to see, hey, what's your algo saying on this? So yeah, here you go. And I do a chart in Algo Factory, right? That's just what it is. And it's for $49.99 a month. And we're going to increase it. We're probably going to double that price after not too long. So if you're going to come join Algo Factory, do it soon, because you're basically getting what's probably going to be a 50% discount. I don't know exactly what price we're going to move it to, but I'm thinking about putting it to basically $99 a month. We'll see about it. But if you're in Algo Factory before that, then you're going to be grandfathered in at that original price. So let's take a look at, like, say, Ethereum. How's my algo calling Ethereum, right? Pretty nicely. This is Ethereum. Same with Bitcoin. It's as accurate with Ethereum as Bitcoin. Winning trade, winning trade, winning trade, winning trade. This one's a big winner right here. And you can see it calls the exits too. You see where it says exit longs, right? You see where it says exit shorts. Usually the entries are the exits, but not always, right? So, I mean, this literally is just calling the wins out, and you don't even have to think. That's a win. Here's a win. So come to algofactory.tech, right? We do this all day long. We don't give investment advice. I just let you see what I'm doing. I let you see what I'm trading, right? And you do your own research, and you can go from there. But I appreciate you all watching. Go ahead, like I said, subscribe, come to algofactory.tech, join us, and we are good. All right. Yeah, I got you, Be Good. Well, I got Be Good over at in the private room asking me to do some stuff. So we're going to do that right now. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we will catch you on the flip side.
Join us or die.